Hey church, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to our next episode of This Is Us. You know, our church is full of amazing people, and I've just loved hearing their stories and seeing how the church is still moving forward even in this crazy season. One of the many ways people find their fit in church is through joining a team. But you know, serving is never just about a job being done. In fact, I believe that in playing your part to build God's house, you find a sense of family and community, and in turn, your life becomes bigger and better because of it. We're about to hear from an amazing guy in our church and how being connected to something bigger than himself helped him through what could have been a really tough time in his life.
Yeah, we're going to check the drum mics. So let's go for the inside kick mic. Line check. My name is Sola and I am an audio volunteer at Husons Church in London. I trained as an electrical engineer, studied electrical engineering. Joined church in 2009, so I got involved in sound. I'm behind the scenes, that's me. I just used to turn up and help move things around and try and mix, but I know I couldn't. Being in church where there were loads of people who actually went and had studied this in university, and they were willing to literally mentor me and take, and teach me and train me. You would have a brief and then you get ready to literally set up church in an hour 15. For me, it still is some of the most fantastic moments of life. Meeting people, trying to have conversations while setting up, while unloading the truck, but much more just the heart of people just trying to be part of something bigger themselves with the little talent that they have. I worked all the way up to training to be an engineer and eventually a team leader. Serving on the team after a couple of years, I started getting the questions from a lot of the contractors that we actually hiring for conferences saying, can you come and work with us? And I ended up leaving full-time work and I went freelance. I had now come to a stage where I'd realized that I really love audio and I really love to be part of that team, and I want to build a career in audio. Planning the audio for a tour, for a band, or actual mixing for the band. I think the week of the lockdown, I was actually meant to be doing a tour. It got cancelled, literally. We were due to fly the next day to Edinburgh and that got cancelled. At first, I was like, oh yeah, even if sound and production doesn't really happen, I thought, yes, I would have electricity to fall back on. And then I realized that also my part of electricity also shut down. So it was a really, really, really big trust. Although it probably was a total of 5 months of no work, I'm grateful that every need was met, and that has been quite a season of trusting God. And I didn't have any work, so I said, look, I'm happy to help as much as I can. See, the task we had, in short, was turn the warehouse into a studio and making sure they had audio, whether it was what they needed to hear or what input we needed to take in for record. No, I'm going to make sure that the band can hear themselves, the MCs can hear themselves, the preacher can hear himself or herself. And the idea is that everyone can hear themselves and we can communicate, whether or not it's a small space or a big space, but it's just for the flow of the service and to make sure that, we also set up a worship atmosphere here with what we have, but not at the compromise of the quality of the broadcast, which we still want to keep. I'm really, really hoping and will I say excited for people to meet Jesus, because I think, in the midst of uncertainties and actually pain, we can actually come out with an experience of Jesus.
I don't know about you, but I love making plans. One thing I do know is that for pretty much all of us, 2020 has not gone to plan. Things have been cancelled, postponed, changed. But one couple in our church was determined to press on with their decision to get married, even in the middle of a pandemic. Check out how their church community rallied around them to help make it all happen.
All right, Right guys, I am on the road yet again. Guess where I am? It has got the UK's only desert. It has got over 17,000 listed buildings. Henry VIII called it the Garden of England. If you ate a strawberry, I'm telling you, it was probably picked here. I am in the one and only Kent in southeast England. It's good to be here. And look, here is Grant Erskine ready to show me around. Good to see you, Grant.
Oh, Ryan, good to see you. Welcome to Tunbridge. Come on, let's go and check it out. Well, Ryan, welcome to Tunbridge Castle.
Beautiful. What's the history behind this, Grant? You want to fill me in?
I have no idea, mate.
So, Grant, I know there's a lot of great people down here in Tunbridge, and I'm sure over the past season during lockdown, there's been a few stories, different things that's been happening throughout the community.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a great community down here, some incredible people. Actually, there's a great couple I'd love you to meet, so let's go meet them.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Alex. So I've been part of church now for, I think, 3 years.
I'm Hannah, and I've been coming along to Kent since 2018. I guess we started planning a wedding like anyone would, just looking at venues, and we initially planned to get married in Hythe at a really nice hotel and have the big wedding with 100 people and all our friends and family. But when it came to like COVID happening and realising we couldn't have the day that we wanted.
Things fell together. We had some awesome people at church that stepped up to help out. They were so supportive all the way through, just giving us encouragement when we thought, things might have to change. And we were able to do, just a small kind of intimate gathering with 30 people. But it was a really awesome day. I think actually on reflection, it was even nicer. We felt that it was even nicer than what we'd originally planned. The thing that they kind of refer back to and say, and Grant said to us as well, is actually a lot of people prepare for a wedding, but not everyone prepares for a marriage. And that was something that we were really dwelling on. And, I think when it came down to it, we really wanted to make sure that we were setting ourselves up well for married life. And now we're really looking forward to doing the marriage course as well, which is starting up in November. So we've been overseeing young adults now since the start of 2018.
Now we're entering a point where we can have 6 people in our flat together. We can start having people around watching services or going out to eat with just a few people and just having that little bit of interaction.
One of the things I've loved as well is we've really seen our group just grow throughout lockdown. But we've had loads of requests from people who are around, people who live right near church, but actually are a bit nervous about coming along, but I always wanted to, and this was a great opportunity for me to get connected.
Yeah.
We actually saw our group go from strength to strength, and we've got people that have never been to a service, but even though we're not gathering, we are still church, and we've seen people come along and build friendship and community and relationships, and I think that's really reinforced that theme for me of even though we're not gathering physically, we are still church.
What a great story. Marriage is such a treasure, but that doesn't mean that it always comes easy. It takes work and commitment to build a strong and healthy marriage. Our marriage course is kicking off in 2 weeks, and I'd encourage all of our married or engaged couples to sign up if you haven't done already. Check out the website to find out more. Church, we really don't want you to be doing life alone. So if you want to get connected with other people in the life of our church, we'd love to help you find a group. So simply head to hillsong.co.uk/groups, or you can pick up your phone and text groups to 70177. We love you and we're praying for you. Have a great week.